forecast.
We have a pretty good dose of rain on the way into tomorrow morning, but the good news is it moves out pretty quickly. Let's show you what's happening with our three key things. A wet morning commute, no doubt about that. Things will be drier during the afternoon, and then temperatures below normal as we go towards the end of the week. And I know some of you snow lovers, you hear that we're going to be below normal with temperatures and you're thinking maybe snow. Unfortunately, I don't have any snow in the forecast, just the cold temperatures. It does look like a relatively dry weekend, so snow lovers will have to wait until a snowy pattern eventually develops. I don't see that in the short term right now. With our wind advisories, it's not actually in effect for any of our area, with the exception of Block Island, Cape Cod, and Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket. That being said, it will still be windy everywhere overnight into tomorrow morning. It's not that breezy yet. Right now, winds are around 8 miles an hour in Providence, 8 in Newport, 10 in Westerly, 13 on Block Island, and 13 on Martha's Vineyard. A few gusts showing up. You could see around 18 miles an hour on Block Island. Basically, the way this map works is if the wind gust is not 15 miles an hour or stronger, it doesn't show up. So this is a sign that it's still relatively calm, but that will be changing quickly. So from East Providence looking towards the capital city, you can probably see some lower clouds, areas of fog and mist. I did notice that a few hours ago as I was out here in the parking lot in East Providence, and you could see that stream of moisture pushing in some of that mist and drizzle. But the heavier rain is still out here to the west, and as the system develops, it will dump that heavier batch of moisture right over the top of southern New England into tomorrow morning. So let's show you from a wider perspective how that evolves. This is overnight into tomorrow morning. You can see we end up on the southeastern side of the storm. The southeastern side is generally the milder side and also the rainier side. The colder side, well, that races up to our north. So northern New England and some of ski country up here doing pretty well from the snow, but we're going to see just the plain old rain showers. Look how quickly this moves out, though. This is 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Things start to dry out, although it will be a windy afternoon as that rain departs on Thursday. So let's walk you through that again. Now we're going to zoom in a little bit more to our area. Overnight into around 6 a.m., that's when some of these heavier pockets of rain develop. So we could have some localized street flooding. I would certainly allow a few extra minutes, maybe even longer than that, on the drive to work tomorrow morning. 6 o'clock, some downpours, even a thunderstorm is possible. Strong winds, too, coming in from the southeast around 25 to 35 miles an hour for gusts. And then notice the shifting of the wind direction. They go from the south around 8 or 9 a.m. when the showers start to taper off, and then during the afternoon when we're pretty much dry, those winds whipping in from the west and northwest. So these temperatures in the 40s by the middle of the afternoon will feel more like the 30s and eventually the 20s when you factor in those wind chills. And then by 6 or 7 p.m. tomorrow night, those gusty winds are still there, along with those actual temperatures in the 30s, wind chills in the 20s and teens. So it gets pretty chilly tomorrow night into Friday morning, and that will set up that colder trend of weather, albeit a dry trend of weather. Tomorrow afternoon, you could see what happens. A lot of times we actually will have our temperatures continuing to rise until the middle part of the afternoon. But tomorrow afternoon, I think the warmest part of the day, late morning to around lunchtime, and then those temperatures quickly fall with those winds out of the west at around 25 to 35 miles an hour. In the 7-day forecast, you'll see a high of only 40 degrees on Friday, despite the sunshine. Saturday is cool, highs around 37 degrees, certainly below normal. And then on Sunday morning, temperatures will get down into the teens by Sunday afternoon, highs only in the mid-30s with mostly sunny skies. So some mild weather with the rain, and then we get to the cold and dry weather this weekend.
All right. Thank you, Pete. Well, some beer lovers in Jerusalem are giving a whole new meaning to aging a brew. This pub is serving a